What's up, guys? How's it going? It's your best friend Toast. We're going to be making a Rise of Kingdoms series to document this KVK and potentially future KVKs, along with my individual statistics. To get right into it, the Alliance right now, 3.6 billion power, SB 75. As for the other alliances coming into KVK, we have Shadow at 1.8 and Eternal at 1.4. Can't really be too mad about it. As for individual power goes, I'm in 16th place at 31.7 million power. We have two absolute monsters at over 125 million power, and then if we scroll down a little bit, we got 19 players over 30 mil, and then 144 players over 20 mil. Let's see. Yeah, absolutely insane. Keep in mind this is KVK1 that we're about to head into tomorrow. So it is going to be insane. We have great stats. We have a lot that's in our favor right now. Coming into my individual power, sitting at 31.7 mil power. 14.7 of that is building power, 12.1 technology, and 3.7 is troops. If we want to come down here and look at the troop details, I'm going to be maining infantry. Sorry, I'm going to be maining infantry, 440,000 infantry troops, 280,000 cav. I will be running a backdoor cav march. Commanders I'll be using is going to be a Pyrrhus Sun Tzu march. Pyrrhus is expertise, first in the kingdom, can't be mad about it. I will be getting a Eternal Knight pair of pants before we start fighting. My main march, or my main commander for my cavalry march is going to be Belly Cece. It's just going to be a vulture march. My cavalry isn't really impressive. However, I'm not going to be versing full marches. I'm going to be picking off the weak marches that are trying to get back to their city and making sure we get the rest of those Sev wounds and finishing off those marches. The more resources that we can get the enemy to spend, and the more speed ups we can get the enemy to spend, is the better. Diving into the bag, it's not going to be anything impressive. I don't hoard anything. I have 1.3 billion of each. Coming over to speed ups, I have 40 days of general speed ups, 18 days of healing. Both of those are going to be used for healing, so I won't be using any of these speed ups for anything else until KVK is over, or until I'm convinced I won't be, needing them for healing. No research, building doesn't matter. Training speed ups, we got a week. We'll be using that when pre-KVK opens. When we get that good training buff, I'll probably get 30,000 troops out of that if I do everything correctly. VIP level, we're sitting at 13, almost 14. We'll be at 14 in probably 2 days, maybe quicker. I kind of quit spending my gems on VIP points. It's just not really something I need because once I hit 14, as a tier 4, I really don't need anything higher, especially for KVK 1. I'll get that unit capacity. The material production speed will be nice. We have Alliance Mobilization right now. Everything's maxed out. For the rewards, 2 big ones is getting these. As soon as I get those, I will have the rest of my blueprint fragments for creating this. So that'll be nice. Current events going on right now. We got the kickoff. Ark of Osiris happened this morning. We'll talk about that more later. The Hunt for History, we're at floor 11. I'm probably not going to be doing anything else with this. There's only 4 hours left anyways. I got the Eternal Knight pants, and then for the second one I got was the Eternal Empire chest. I'm still missing 10 blueprints from that, so that's not something we're getting anytime soon. And then I went ahead and actually got the unit capacity. My march speed's good enough, especially if I'm ball fighting. I'm not going to need to march but so fast, since I'm just going back and forth. We got the lucky spins. Don't really need them. I'm using it for training because that's what I'm going to be doing the most of. I won't be using it for research or building because everything's pretty much maxed out for me. We can go ahead and dig into the technology. I have 38 days for my medical core to get to 9, which, you know, that'll be maxed out. My encampment is at 8. Would be nice to get that maxed out, but I'm not spending anything except for research speed ups on research. So if I get this in time, I get it. If I don't, I don't. Everything else is maxed out. My economic technology is terrible. I don't remember last time I leveled any of this up except for here and then to get the gems. Other than that, haven't done anything. Not proud of it, but I also don't farm a whole lot. It's not a big concern for me. Let's see some of the final preps that people are doing. A lot of people are getting that last little bit of research in, and then troop training is another big one. We have that troop training day, so we're going to make sure that we save all of our speed ups for that. I know a lot of people use most of their speed ups for Zenith, but I feel like the next wave of troop training is definitely going to be that memorable pre-KVK troop training day. Next big thing is buying, you know, the last little bit of important stuff from the shop. You know, healing speed ups, troop expansions, teleports, stuff like that. I'm doing alright with my troop expansions. I've got 11 here. I won't be using these, but I got enough for every battle. Not mad about it. Then teleports, not too great. I can come in and out of the Lost Kingdom as much as I want, but lacking in these. So over the next couple days before we start fighting, I'm definitely going to be getting some more teleports because you will be moving all over the map when KVK opens. Constant moving. So Marauders comes out tonight. A lot of people are pretty excited for that. I am too. Just make sure you don't use all your AP for it. You got to remember the long run. We're going to be going against some higher barbarian forts, and we're going to be grinding honor. So let's make sure that we don't use all of our AP. I don't have a whole lot of AP saved up. There might be a bundle that I can buy later on for this, so we'll have to see if that comes out, but I'm going to work with what I got right now. If you're going to be doing Marauders, the best thing is to kill as many Marauders as you can per hour. So if you have the AP to run 5 marches, and do it. If you don't, I recommend getting with a buddy or a couple people and just having a little, you know, Marauder party. Later today at Reset, myself, Inertia, and Gon are going to be live streaming, so feel free to hop in during that. It's going to be mainly Marauders, so that'll be nice. Finally gives us something to do after a very boring time in the preseason. Next big thing, don't be using your speed ups randomly. The golden chest will slow down, believe it or not, at some point. A lot of the guys have the speed ups they need, so the free speed ups is not going to last forever. Make sure you're not using those on things that you don't need to. You know, keep it strictly technology or troop training. Next big thing, going into KVK. When the battles happen, it's going to be really easy to lose track of your hospital capacity. Everybody should have level 24 and, you know, or higher hospitals. I think right now I'm sitting at 325,000 capacity. So it's just going to be something you're going to have to keep an eye on. Easy thing to forget about, especially when you're in the trenches, in the murder balls. It's going to be easy to lose track of it. Another big thing is forgetting the bubble. If you're, you know, in a position where the enemy can get through the pass, or you're in the battle zone already and you're getting offline, bubble up. You can always unbubble, but if you leave the bubble, you know, if you leave without the bubble, that's what's gonna bite you in the butt. I think my first KVK, I totally thought I teleported out of the zone, and I didn't, and I got zeroed, and I learned my lesson. So don't forget to bubble, even if you're going to be gone for 30 minutes. That's all it takes. Another thing is not having teleports. Everybody needs to have plenty of teleports, because when this KVK map opens, we're going to be making more territory, and there's going to be a lot of moving around until, you know, the fighting starts, and then everyone should have their spot, and it really won't be too big of a deal. But going into KVK, I think we're obviously going to be the strongest alliance in our bracket, or the strongest kingdom in our bracket. 73 is going to be second, and the last two can fight over third and fourth. I don't think 73 is going to be too big of a deal at all. But pretty excited for it. Should be a lot of KP farming, should be pretty easy. Our kingdom is a brick house. I mean, it's one of the most impressive kingdoms I've been in for the preseason, and I'm super excited. Real quickly, I just want to jump in and go back over the Archivist Cyrus results from this morning. Not bad trades at all. Looking at, you know, just shy of 4 million kill points on my best report. Almost 6 million troops involved in that. Look at, let's see, like a sub report. 99.5, 104, 97.5. Pretty good insight on how the march will perform against, you know, other marches that we might run into in KVK. Obviously, we're not going to verse this kingdom, but it just shows you like some real results of a war with the current marches that you have. My infantry, or my cavalry march, not too bad either. Not the best, but really not bad. Nothing to complain about. But I think that's going to cover everything for the day. I tried to go through everything as fast as I can. I don't want these videos to be super long. Keep it less than 15 minutes, less than 10 minutes if I can. It's not something that you need to sit down with your family and watch. It just needs to be a quick little update. Other than that, everybody stay freaking sexy. I will see you next time. See ya.